How's it going? I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to go over the two trades that I took on SPY. Both happen to be losers. Today was not a great day for me. I just didn't trade according to my rules. I kind of ignored the signs in front of me. Even looking pre-market, we had an inside bar. A classic play is on the break of the inside bar to continue in the direction of the larger previous bar. I said it in the morning and somehow I still ignored it. You can see we kind of opened, retested that close of yesterday's candle and ripped from there. Yeah, I think I just need to zoom out a little bit. And the levels are working. We'll dive into that in a second. We're on the daily time frame here. A few of the levels I was watching are this 474, essentially right close to where the previous day had closed. We have the previous high, and there's a zone up there as well we'll get into in a second. We have 475.3 or 4, somewhere in that area. 476 we'll call it. That's the top of this wick here. We have 476.62, kind of top of these two wicks, also where this candle body closed. And then we have the recent high at 477.55. So those are the levels that came into play today. Yeah, and that's what we're taking a look at. We'll go into an hourly here. And we'll take a look at what gave me my bias today. I had a bias to the downside, and that is what happened. So we have the low of the day, the high of the day, and then we have this zone that was the high of Monday. We have the high of Tuesday, and there was also the pre-market high. And so each time we'd come up here, we had rejected, and seeing us approach this level, I guess I couldn't get it out of my head that we were going to reject there. So that's the bias I had coming into the day. What I really should have paid attention to is that 3-bar play on the daily setup. That's beautiful. If you have a large bullish or bearish candle, whichever direction the momentum is in, and then an inside candle the next day, once you break and continue in the direction of that original candle that brought you there, whether it's up or to the downside, is generally it's a classic continuation move. So on a higher time frame, that would have been a clear indicator that that things are remaining bullish, especially after this massive run up that we've had. So yeah, everything was kind of pointing bullish on the larger time frame. For some reason, I was thinking we'd get a rejection just on the previous couple days highs. So we'll take a look at the 5-minute. So right off the gate, bullish, rally all the way up into this zone. I don't take any puts because I'm watching and waiting and looking for signs of weakness. We didn't show signs of weakness. We rallied right through it, so it didn't take puts here. Once we did break through it, we came down and briefly retested it before moving up to this next level around 475.37 or 4 in that general range. Didn't take any calls here. And typically that break above that zone and retest, I would look for continuation. I did not take them. The move happened pretty quick. We can take a look at the 2-minute as well. So you can see we broke above, came down, tested it, and immediately shot up. Had we had some consolidation, I think I maybe would have looked for that move, but alas, I did not. From there, you can see we came up, tested this level, and quickly sold off. Pretty aggressively. We have increasing volume on those selling candles, especially when you look at the 5-minute chart here. You can see that we have pretty high volume on those as we sell off. We came up and retested this zone. I was looking for a retest of this area up here where we had reacted, with a lot of volatility previously. So I did not get into puts here, but I was looking for a retest of this area for puts. Didn't get them. Saw us come all the way down and test this level, which was right around the close of yesterday, and holding that and forming this, look at the volume increase and us hold that on a nice hammer candle. That's a classic reversal. The first trade that I did take were puts on these candles here. I entered one and then another. The reason being is coming in the day with a downside bias and then seeing us reject this hard and kind of sell off, I lost sight of what these levels were in the grand scheme of things. And I was just thinking that this was bias confirmation, essentially. I took puts up in here because we had this zone that we had kind of bounced from before, but that bounce was weak. That zone wasn't too strong. I suppose maybe I can extend this out and you can see that it was, I suppose. But I took puts at the retest of the zone thinking that we would get continuation down. Really, I was just targeting the low of the day or this level. So it moved from up here down to here. This stopped me out. This move up, once we broke above these wicks, that stopped me out. I didn't get the greatest fill, so this loss was bigger than I'd liked it to be. That's also why I didn't take any profits here. I took 2 contracts. My fill were kind of bad, so even when we were down here, I was only up maybe 10-15% potentially. And so I think maybe a bit of greed, a bad entry, and a bias got me here. How could I have avoided this? I think it's pretty obvious looking at the 5-minute chart that we have some buying power. We started the day off really bullish coming out of this area. When we come down and retest it, you see the highest volume coming in on this reversal, classic green reversal. We did have some upper wicks on this 5-minute. That was also making me think that we'd get that reversal. Or not reversal, excuse me. We'd get that continuation of selling. But what do we notice? Those are also very low volume candles. So while they do have these long upper wicks, the actual red candles that we have here are much lower volume than the ones that brought us up. Additionally, you can see I'd already stopped out at this point, but volume increasing on the buying. So that just reinforces that we have more buyers than sellers. The bulls are winning in that. So I could have paid attention to the 5-minute more, really paid attention on some of these candles coming down being pretty low volume. In fact, the lowest volume candles of the day at that point. Naturally, you do get some volume dropping off, after the first 30 minutes or so. But you can see those were still pretty exceptionally small for quite a ways through. We were getting a higher volume than that. My second trade was puts at the retest of this level. So once again, looking at the hourly chart, I saw this zone that we'd rejected off of so many times, and I was convinced we were going to do it again, especially after we had that sell-off in the morning. And so I took puts here, stopped out on this move once we broke above this zone. So my stop was a break above. I was targeting probably a return down into this area and eventually maybe, this lower level. Had it rejected, that's not how it played out. The thing that bums me out is that you can see the price moved between my levels really well. We rallied, we started it, opened the day here, rallied all the way up, tested this level, came all the way down, tested this level, made our way kind of bouncing around this zone before testing this level, then proceeding to the next, come down to the next level, almost all the way up to this level as well. When we even come down, we retest. So the price was moving level to level. The clues are there through price action and volume. I didn't read it right today. I think I had a bias and affected how I traded, and I took 2 losses on 2 trades, both with 2 positions. I didn't really get into this trade very much. Essentially, I just saw us coming into this area, and this wick here, this candle body getting pretty small and lower volume, looking like we couldn't break this zone. I got in puts and then was quickly stopped out by this move up. So that trade, not a whole lot to look into. That was essentially the reason behind it. The only thing I did well today was stopping out of my trades and not revenge trading or FOMOing. Once I had those 2 losses, I realized I wasn't trading well today and stepped away. And that's the best thing I did, was just to stop trading and realizing I was having one of those days. But nonetheless, a much bigger losing day than I'd like to have. I could have stopped out earlier. I could have avoided just taking those trades in general. Yeah, I think there was other setups that made a lot more sense than the ones I traded, and that's all it is. That's all I got for you. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. I do trade live Monday through Friday, so if you want to stop by, say what's up, please do. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.